Hello everyone, my name is Marcia Suset Perez Camara and I'm going to be explaining this topic about a video sketch, explaining with my own voice the topic stress and rhythm. The subject is phonetics and phonology with the teacher is Maria Fernanda Heredia Acevedo. Let's start with the homework.
Hello, teacher Marcia. I have a question. Can you explain me what is the stress in phonology?
Sure, of course, Flor. Stress definition, let's define it first, is part of the suprasegmental feature in which emphasize a certain syllable or word in a phrase or sentence. Full articulation of the vowel and changes in tone, right? In the simple meaning is when you stress the word you want to pronounce. In this example, the word baby, the emphasized word or the stressed word is bay because you pronounce it strongly. Bay, and the weak sound would be B. Bay, B. All right, so the stressed word is bay. All right. In Spanish, it's different because we usually add an accent to the word. So that means that you have to emphasize more the word it has the accent. Here I'm going to tell you the characteristics of the stressed and unstressed syllables. The stressed syllables are long, have a pitch change, have a full vowel sound. For example, we see here two examples. The word choose, we get longer the pronunciation. Alright? The choose word emphasize more the longer pronunciation. It's choose. Fantastic. Tastic. Okay, it's emphasized in red color. So that means that you have to pronounce the word long, all right? Choose. Fantastic. Okay, the unstressed syllables are short and often have a reduced vowel sound. We have two examples here, golden and person. That's why it's unstressed because you emphasize but in a short pronunciation, right? It is in there but it's short, it's lower pronunciation. For example, golden, person. Let's continue with the stressed syllable is more prominent than the unstressed ones. This means that the stressed syllables are more muscular energy than the unstressed one. Okay, that means that you make an articulation with your mouth in order to pronounce the words. For example, we have here four examples. We have pepper. Pepper, your mouth makes a movement to pronounce the word pepper. You put your lips together, pepper. Bananas, carrots, butter, right? The underlined words are the ones that is stress, okay? It's under stress. So that means that you have to focus on the pronunciation. Pepper, bananas, carrot, butter. They have a strong pronunciation in the underlined words. All right.
Oh, I can see. When we pronounce the stressed words, we make a movement in our mouth to pronounce them.
Correct. You are correct, Flor.
What are the unstressed syllables?
The unstressed syllables definition are this. Are weak syllables. It usually contains a schwa vowel in there. For example, we have the words away, okay? It's a weak pronunciation, but it has the schwa vowel in there. Away, away. We have another example. Occasion, occasion. All right, you see here the schwa vowel. That means that when you pronounce the word, it's low. All right, lower volume. Away, occasion. And are short vowel syllables pronounced with lower volume or lower pitch.
Okay, the pronunciation is weaker than the stressed syllables. What is a lexical stress?
The lexical stress is the next. Is the stress can vary according to the syllable position within the words, can vary between word classes and the different meanings of the same words. For example, we have here 3 examples sentences, all right? For example, it here says, I got the job. When we want to emphasize that I got the job, not the interview, just I got the job, people gave me the job, so that's why I emphasize the word job. But when I say I got the job, that it is underlined the word got, that means that myself got the job. Nobody else did it for me. So I got it myself. The other example I have here is that when we say have my papers been destroyed. Okay, the underlined word means that the papers were destroyed, all right? It emphasized the word destroyed. So I have my papers being destroyed. And the other example, same example, but it's underlined the word papers. That means that the papers have been destroyed, not documents, all right? It's just papers. Emphasize the word papers. Have my papers been destroyed? And the other one, the last example, says that she was not wearing a red dress. She was wearing a green dress. It emphasized that the color of the dress had been changed. All right? So when we pronounce the word, she was not wearing a red dress. Red is the emphasized word. Okay? She was wearing the green dress. Okay? So that's why the emphasized word should be red and green. Here we have the level of stress, and they are 3. The first one is the primary stress, where the strongest type of stress is always accompanied by a pitch movement and a rhythmic beat. All right, it is a short word, but it has a long pronunciation. For example, blue, 10. The secondary one is syllables which are stressed, but not as the primary stress. They are loud and long, okay? It's longer pronunciation than the first one. Is, for example, the word disappear, okay? Disappear, peer is the stressed word, right? Spear, the pronunciation is a little bit longer than the first stress. And we have here finally the stressed one, the unstressed one. The unstressed one, the pronunciation is weaker than the secondary one, and it's produced with a rhythmic beat and the strong vowel with no pitch movement. For example, the pronunciation is lower, okay, is weaker. For example, the word prepare, okay, here we can see that the stress word is pre, and the lower sound is pair, okay? And yoga, okay? Ga, it has the stress in this word, ga, yoga, all right?
I see, teacher. Interesting explanation. And rhythm is not the same than stress?
It's not the same. It's similar, all right? But let's just see the definition of rhythm. Rhythm is the degree of compression will be highly dependent on their number. The more unstressed syllables occur between the stressed ones and the quicker they are pronounced, okay? It's the rhythm we give to the sentences where we pronounce them. Let's see the first example. Okay. I'm going to read the sentence and you are going to see the emphasizing words. Says, hi, what were you doing when I rang an hour ago? Okay, it is a question that a person is saying to another person. Let's say person 1 and person 2. Okay, the person 1 asks to the person 2, hi, what were you doing when I rang an hour ago? The emphasized words hi, doing, rang an hour means that it's a direct question, all right, according to the pronunciation that the person 1 is doing to the person 2. So the pronunciation is hi, what were you doing when I rang an hour ago? All right, that's the rhythm. And here we have the rhythmic patterns is divided into syllable time rhythm versus stress time rhythm. The syllable time rhythm is when syllables tend to be produced as equal time intervals, but the syllables are not similar in length. Very important. Each syllable lasts more or less the same amount of time. Doesn't matter if the syllable is stressed or unstressed. For example, what means this? That it doesn't depend how long is the sentence, but it is important to say it in the same rhythm. For example, dogs chase cats. The dogs chase cats. The dogs chase the cats. The dogs will chase the cats. The dogs will be chasing the cats. So here we see that the sentences is been increasing according to the sentence dogs chase the cats. Okay, I say it in the same rhythm. Okay, doesn't matter if the sentence gets longer. And here we have another example. We have here the stress time rhythm. Okay, here this is the other definition. The syllables do not last the same amount of time, but the stressed syllables are said in the same intervals of time. All right, same intervals of time. And here we have the sentence. It starts with a simple sentence. Students work hard, and the sentence is getting bigger here. The students are working so hard. The students have been working so hard. The students could have been working harder. So this means that the rhythm is not the same. It varies according to the sentences we are pronouncing. In this case, same example with the dogs, but this one, the sentences, one of the sentence changes, okay? Instead of saying hard, it is harder, okay? So that means the pronunciation takes a little bit more to pronounce because it's not the same sentence as the first one, all right? It changes the amount of time of saying. All right.
Thank you, teacher. It was a significant learning.
All right, thank you very much for watching this video, for sharing your time with me, and have a nice day. Thank you.